Hello everyone. We're going to start the last section of your notes for our freshman accelerated class together. And what we need to link is the work that we've done in genetics with a process of cell division called meiosis, or meiosis, however you want to say that. So you have two kinds of cells in your body. You have what we call somatic cells, and these are body cells. Skin cells, liver cells, eye cells, muscle cells. And these are produced by the process of mitosis. We've talked about mitosis, the four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. This is where you go from one cell to two cells. It's cloning. You have another type of cell in your body called a gamete. Okay? These are also called sex cells. These are also called germ cells. Okay? In males, these are sperm, and in females, these are ovum, or plural is ova. These are used in sexual reproduction, and these cells are produced by meiosis. You have a primary cell, you have one cell division, and then what's cool about meiosis is you then have a second set of division. And these are your sperm, these are your ova. Okay? So what you see over here, these are types of cell division. So in our bodies, there are two types of cell division. There is mitosis and meiosis. Now what's cool is plants do the same thing. Plants go through mitosis, plants go through meiosis, except instead of producing sperm, we call plant sperm pollen, and we call plant ova ovules. But biologically, the process is the same. All right, so you already know about prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and mitosis, and what you're going to find out is this is PMAT1 and this is PMAT2. Very, very similar processes. So let's be sure and add these to your Cornell notes, and we will then ask for images of your Cornell notes by Friday, and that'll be our last assignment in our freshman gradebook. So why? Why do we need meiosis? Okay, I'm always trying to teach you why. Why is this important? Why should you care? All right, so our species, Homo sapien. So here's a Homo sapien male, fine. Then over here, here's a Homo sapien female. Cool. Now, in our species, we have 46 chromosomes. Some organisms have more, some organisms have less. In fact, most plants have more chromosomes than us. This isn't, oh, the top organism has the most chromosomes. It's not the way it works. Now, this is a full set of chromosomes, 23 pairs, right? We call this full set diploid. This is a diploid set of chromosomes, okay? Well, if the biological father shares 46 chromosomes and the biological mother shares 46 chromosomes, the offspring would get 92 chromosomes. That's not a human being, okay? So what has to happen is this chromosomal number has to be cut in half. And that happens by the process of meiosis. So there are cells inside of your gonads. Your gonads are testicles if you're a male, or ovaries if you're a female. And the cells inside of the gonads go through meiosis, and in a male produces sperm that only has 23 chromosomes. So there's your sperm. And in a female, she goes through meiosis, produces an ovum that also has 23 chromosomes. This is only a half set. The full set is called diploid, so the half set is called haploid. So meiosis forms haploid cells. In females, meiosis forms haploid ova, and in males, meiosis forms haploid sperm. Okay? Now, the size ratio here is not accurate, okay? If the ova were really that big, the sperm would be 1/1000th of that, okay? The sperm is much, much smaller. It is 1/1000th the size of the ovum. So because the chromosomal number is cut in half, meiosis is called a reduction division. Well, why is it called a reduction division? Because the chromosomal number is reduced by half. So if a plant has 60 chromosomes, then its pollen has 30, all right? If some bug has 18 chromosomes, then its sperm or ova has only 9. It's always half. Whether it's a plant or an animal, doesn't matter. You take the full set diploid, and meiosis takes that amount, that value, and cuts it in half. So once you have the haploid sperm and the haploid ovum, sexual reproduction is the sharing of gametes. The joining of sperm and ovum is called fertilization. How fertilization occurs depends on the species. With plants, the pollen blows in the wind or is carried by bees, all right? For humans, it's a little bit more personal than that. So the biological father contributes 23, the biological mother contributes 23, and here's some high-tech math. 23 plus 23 gives you 46. This cell has a special name. This cell is called a zygote. We all started as a single cell, right? Then, since you have 46, you're back to a full set of chromosomes, so this is thus a diploid zygote. So you go from the diploid adult. Once the adult goes through meiosis, forms haploid sperm or haploid ova. The sperm and the ova join by a process called fertilization, and that then completes the process. You're back to a diploid zygote. Well, then how do we go from the single cell that we first started as, about the size of a grain of sand, to the 2 to 3 trillion cells that I am today? Well, how'd you get from one cell to trillions of cells? Aha! That is mitosis. Mitosis is the reproduction of somatic cells, body cells. So that's the relationship between genetics, meiosis, and mitosis, because if we're passing on chromosomes, guess what these chromosomes carry? These chromosomes carry genes. And when genes are expressed, we get alleles. And so that's where we will go with our next video. So add these notes to the end of your notebook notes, and then we have 2 more videos, and we'll wrap this up. Have fun.